it's one of those things where, like, I guess I probably should hit the button if we want it to really work.
There you go.
So we went over last week. So if we cut it short this week, it'll be okay. It'll all even out in the balance of the universe. So
there you go.
But I literally,
he's saying that because we're starting late.
Yeah,
that's what happens in an office. You run from meeting to meeting to meeting and phone call to phone call to phone call.
I typically don't do that. Matter of fact, I start the day off and then I have a bunch of half hour one-on-one schedule with potential home inspectors. And then if no one signed up that day, I go through, I clear out all those, and then I delete them so no one can book them once I've done that. And although today something happened where I looked and I was like, man, I could have swore I had a 4 o'clock or 4:30, and it wasn't on there. It wasn't in the website, and so I deleted it. And then I noticed that there was a little button at the bottom to go to the next page. And went to the next page. The very next entry was the 4 o'clock meeting, and there was someone registered. So I was like, shit. And I can't rebuild it, but we added a magic button where I can just join the meeting from the software. So I'm pretty pumped about that. And I've literally been talking nonstop. So I'm probably going to be doing a lot of yawning today because I have literally given a presentation, came right in here, did the Moonlight podcast episode on window cleaning. And then I've been on the phone and I'm riled up. And I had a meeting this morning.
You know, that's interesting.
I have been talking all day. I am like riled up.
Yeah. So what I was just going to say is like, oh my God, this is actually a really funny story. And I don't think we've ever told it before on this podcast. And I don't even know if you're going to remember it. But
I remember everything.
No, you don't. I do. I remember everything. What I was going to say is it's interesting when you're the person who's like going through the frustration on a phone call, when you're dealing with like anyone or anything, you know, and you're trying to just get something done. And I feel like it can be even more frustrating when you have other things to do. So it's like you're wasting your time doing it. You shouldn't have to be on a support call in the first place. Like support in general, it's great when it's great and it's awful when it's awful. And it's like, I mean, I can remember back to when I was a young kid and I had like out of state charges on my cell phone bill, but I never went out of the state. And I was like, oh, I didn't leave. Like, it was like hundreds of dollars on my dad's cell phone bill. And I was pacing around my dining room table in my parents' house. I like have vivid memories of this support call. That's how traumatizing it was for me.
You're right. I don't remember this story.
No, but the story I was going to tell. So I just saw you on a phone call where you were getting heated. And all I did was take my hand and push it down.
Right.
And
calm
like
down.
to take it down a notch. You know, like you're frustrated, but it's not this person's fault on the phone, which is easy to say as a bystander. But I have been that person before where you're so frustrated. And it reminded me of years ago, I did a program with a private equity company that owned a bunch of portfolio companies, and ours happened to be one of them. And I was at this like conference with a bunch of other C-suite execs. And we had groups of people that we did team building activities and projects with that we had to present. It was like a growth, summit. And one of the girls on my team was...
I remember this so far.
You do?
Yeah.
One of the girls on my team who I worked very closely with was in the hotel room next to mine, but I didn't know that. And so we're getting ready for this gala dinner. We're super rushed. I'm like, I've got someone on speakerphone. I think it was Amazon. And I'm pretty sure it was when they were trying to deliver things to our lake condo, but couldn't. And like 10 days in a row, I kept reordering, getting refunds. And it was like every time the Amazon app was like, your driver got in an accident. And I was like, there is no way 10 trucks got in a car crash 10 days in a row. What is happening? And so anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
They put me on like a call with support. And I remember being like, I don't care. I was like so frustrated at this point. I had tried everything else. And they were like, well, we're going to charge you for every single one of them. And you'll eventually get your money back. And I was like, give me my money. And so anyway, I come down to this gala dinner. And this girl is like, oh my gosh. She goes, Becky, there is a girl in the room next to me that sounds just like you. And she was like screaming her head off at these Amazon people. She heard me through a hotel wall. And I was like,
hotel walls aren't the thickest, but
she goes, honestly, she was like, this lady was like, da da da. And I was like, that was me. I mean, the fact that I owned it.
Yeah, you just owned it. Be like, that was me.
I
so
was like,
pissed. Do
and
not
I
believe
like
these
told the
people.
background story, and they were like, "Oh, you're just," because it was so much like leading up to that point, and I was super late for this dinner that I couldn't be late for. So I was like, I've got to go now that I finally, of course, got someone on the phone.
Oh my gosh.
But it was just hilarious because she was like, "That's so funny." I've been sitting here telling them like, "Oh, I heard this person that sounded like Becky, but it couldn't have been her," and I was like, "Oh
Yeah,
no,
like,
it was me."
There's no way the nice little that's the thing is like I'm typically pretty calm and I've been calm, but you get worked up and it's just like you're working with people, and I just hate to say it, but anytime you're working with certain government positions, the barrier to entry to a government position and then the training they get to stay there, like if anyone is like click the box and do the drop down and select this, like their job is very much that. There's no abstract thinking required. It's like, hey,
It's
your
not
job's
only
to
about
check
it
these
being-
forms in, process this, click these things.
It's
put
not about
in.
it being required or not. It's that it's literally required that they only follow the process. Like
Yes.
they do not have the liberty to think outside the box or to
No, they
offer
don't.
support or
Absolutely
And
no.
it's almost like and by the way, that's why they hate their job because a lot of them, have disgruntled people that they're attempting to support. And the reality is that it's so hard to change a process in the government that like everyone who works there could be like, this is a stupid procedure. We shouldn't do it anymore. We get calls every day about people that are
Yeah.
upset about this.
And they're like,
and the
"This is the
government's
law."
like, sorry, that's what it is. And so then people sit there and they get frustrated because they're the ones who have to be interfacing
Right.
with the humans. And they're like, I get it. I understand. I'm sorry. This is a process. It does
Right.
exist. And it's just like, that's when you hate any company, not just government, but any company that you call. And they're like, well, the computer here says, it's like when you call UPS and you're like, where's my package? And they're like, well, from what I can see. And you're like, yes, thank you. That's what I saw when I went on the website to find out where my package was, which is why I'm calling you for more information.
Yeah.
And it's like,
No, I just get so frustrated.
yeah.
But you know what? Here's where AI, I think, is going to benefit us as a society, but then also be going to hurt us a little bit.
Yeah,
so
it's risky.
One is that the facts are the facts, right? So it's like, hey, there's some intuition. It's like, okay, this is this. Okay, this is all true. Boom, stamped, approved, right? And then there's also times when us as human beings are trying to maybe persuade someone to kind of go our way.
Right. With an emotional
And
aspect.
With an
of
emotional
it.
aspect. And the person's like, oh, hey, I understand. I'm going to help you out. Right.
AI would literally be like, it seems like they're trying to mentally manipulate you by making you feel bad for them.
No, exactly. And it'd be like, yeah, this is a no.
It
And
would
it'd
be like, it appears.
it's kind of like, it's like the difference of like, do you ever go to buy something and you have cash and it's $10.04? And you're like, oh my God, it's a $10 bill, bro.
Right. And they're like, we'll take the 4
don't worry
pennies
about
out of the
it.
tip
We
jar
gotta
over
get
here.
the 4. But in the AI world, no, it's
like, sorry,
I need
you
the
can't
$10.04.
purchase this. Yeah.
Like there's going to be no wiggle room for
For
humanity
anything.
there.
Yeah.
That's the scary portion of
Yeah,
it. But
yeah.
I do think that overall it will be better.
Well, here's the thing, too. Like, one of the things we were just discussing is that we've gone to AI to help us with a lot of things, with processes, with business plans, with whatever it may be. And filing paperwork, closing on homes, like documentation, taxes, anything. You can ask it questions about anything, and it's giving you its true insight and information. And the accuracy is questionable, but so is human work.
But see, that's
And-
if you know good prompts and you have a conversation with it, you
Right.
can guide it right back. Because as a human, things jump out at you like, hey,
That
can we
doesn't
take a
seem
look at
right.
that? And then it's so funny because AI's like, yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. And
Right.
but also a normal person would do the same thing. Be like, you know what, you make a good point. I didn't really approach it from that standpoint.
Angle, yeah.
Let me go ahead and bring that into the thing. Like,
But one of the things is like, if you ask it a question, it's delivering you an answer. It's giving you the insight and the information. Like we've talked about setting up a trust or having wills and it's like the amount of money you'd pay an attorney to like set something like that up or give you
Yeah.
the insight and information about what's best for you and your current financial situation with the assets that you currently have. It's like that is something where you would be on a list of an attorney's like 100 clients. They'd be like, we'll get to you when we get to you. And for an extra $1,000, it can be next week,
Yeah.
And then when they get to you, it's like, what does this all mean?
I will tell you, like the amount of subscription money that I've paid Claude and OpenAI is worth, I mean, just with a few legal bills that it's helped, like help me draft contracts or help me draft that, like the legal fees alone. Are like, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars.
It's crazy. It's really crazy.
It's insane.
But it's funny that we're talking about like getting worked up and not because he fell asleep during Summer House last night, which is our show. But afterwards, so last night's episode,
last episode of the year.
It wasn't. Next week is the season finale.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But anyway, so last night's episode is when Carl and Kyle got into a very heated argument, and they've been promoting it all season long.
Altercation.
And so
I was disappointed.
I wasn't.
I wanted to see a push. Like a shove.
I think they respect each other enough that it didn't get. I mean, Carl was like, "Hit me, hit me, hit me," and Kyle was probably like,
"I'm gonna hit you, bro. Because if I hit you, you're gonna hit me."
Well, and he does say after the fact when they calmed down that while they were like in the heated argument, which this is so funny too, because you can be so angry and like, but the human brain like has other thoughts that are going on. And he was like, "There was a point where we got so close to my car that I was like, don't scratch my car," you know. But you don't say it out loud, and then later you can kind of laugh about it. But Carl said on Watch What Happens Live afterwards, he was like, that is the most upset I think I have ever gotten sober, because he used to drink a lot. He stopped drinking years ago, opened up a non-alcoholic bar in New York City. And I literally said to you after we watched the scene, I was like, I guarantee you, regardless of the cameras, that is the most heated Carl's ever got. It was like
probably
years of pent up tension, friendship, and you know, whatever it may be. Because one of the girls on the show was like, "Ooh, that was kind of hot." Like he got all worked up. And I was saying to you, we always pause TV when we're watching it.
No, you always pause TV.
You're famous for like, we'll watch something and someone's having a conversation. And you're like, what would you do if I bought a cat and didn't tell you? What would you do if I? But normally it's like,
I usually wait till the commercial. But what I do is like, if you start talking to me, but the show, I want to pay attention, I will pause it so I can give you my attention so that I can then return to the show.
So he hates it because shows or movies, I'm like, pause, talk. And he's like, this hour-long show is becoming...
It's like a football. It's literally like a football game only lasts
I'm the
an
commentator.
hour. But it's 4 hours because we have 3 hours of breaks and commercials. That's like watching a 30-minute show with you.
Okay, well, it's good conversation.
It's like, you're like, oh, we have time, we can watch show. I'm like, we don't have 2 hours to watch this 30-minute episode.
Listen, so what I like having the conversations though. See, he's ridiculous because
I do like having the conversations.
He's like, oh, if I went on vacation, or what would you do if I was in the Big Brother house? What would you do if I had? And I'm like, no, this is not our lifestyle. It's not a person I would have chosen to be with.
Yeah, but Kyle wasn't a DJ, but
that's what we said.
Changed.
What would you do if I was a DJ that traveled? And I'm like, well, I wouldn't have chosen to, be with you.
Yeah, but you can't pick after the fact. If people change, and you have to like, hey, what would you do if I decided that I want to be a DJ?
We were talking about it. This girl thought it was
run away
really
from my problems.
This girl
DJ.
thought.
I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna be a fisherman.
This company, if I was in charge,
deadliest catch, my new career. Be gone for a month and a half.
It's not even sunny enough there for me to tan on the front of the boat.
Funny
catching
story.
Crabs. You're so off topic. Go ahead.
Well, you wanted to be the person on a crab boat that made sure that they were legally, because you were a biology major and you had this dream.
I was a marine
that
biology
you would be
major.
saving the crabs in the Bering Sea.
No, it
and
was.
You would have come up missing.
Yes.
You would have been chopped up and put into crab traps.
This is actually crazy. So I wanted to be, there is an actual role on these fishermen boats, these fishermen who make a living off of catching these fish, where there is a scientist on board who is responsible for measuring everything that comes on boat to ensure that it's of size and legal and not a juvenile, because it could impact the ability for that particular ecosystem to continue to flourish and grow and reproduce. And so if you catch a juvenile or something too small, then it's against the law. So I was like, I'm going to go on the ocean, live on a boat, and I'm going to tell these 60-year-old men who are making a living to support their families, you got to put that one back. And my mom was like, you're going to what? Was like, no. And so anyway, I was so dead set on it. Obviously, it's not something that came to fruition.
Thank the Lord.
But my mom actually went to a psychic at the time, which I've never been to a psychic in my life, and I am very interested, even though you're not into that sort of thing. It's not that you're not. It's not that you don't believe. You're just
I 100% believe. I just believe that it's a cult and evil.
not a cult.
No, it's a cult.
Well, anyway,
Not a cult, but a cult.
I don't know what that means.
Like devil, like
Is that a word? A cult? Or
Yes.
you're saying the devil is a cult? A cult is like a group
a
of
cult
people.
is a word. OCC.
Oh, see, I don't
cult.
know that word. I'm learning
Yes,
a new
it's an
word. That's
occult.
why I'm saying.
And then there is a cult.
Yeah, like a cult of people. Like I'm going to start Twin Flames up in Michigan in my cult of people that believe that they love each other online or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw that. That was creepy.
That was pretty creepy.
Okay, so I didn't realize that was a word. Now I do.
And a cult and a cult are two different things. I know I'm sounding the exact same, but they are two different things.
Well, now we've learned one's the devil.
Well, one is the devil, and the other one is like
Part of it. Maybe that's where it was
we're like a group
derived
of
from.
devils. Yeah,
Maybe that's where it came
it's
from.
the occult and then a cult.
Right.
That's probably the best way to say it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, either way, I've never been to a psychic, but at the time when I was looking to be on a fishing boat,
Your mom went to a psychic.
my mom, not because of that, but they said I was going to go and live in Seattle. That was where I thought I was going to go and be on these boats and
Right.
going to be stationed. And they said, one of your daughters is going to live in Seattle, but it's not the one that thinks she is right now. And sure as shit, my sister.
Yeah, your other sister moved to Seattle.
Yeah, she still lives there.
Yeah, trust me, I believe in the occult. Like it's real shit.
Well, I'd like to go. There's some stuff I want to know.
I will tell you what you need to know. What do you want to know?
I don't know.
Ask me right now what you want to know.
No.
Yes, I will be with you forever.
No, not about us. No.
That was kind of cute. Oh, not about us. What? Yes, the world will end. Yes, it will be robots and AI.
Okay, well,
Hopefully later than sooner. I just want to experience a little bit more.
when do we get to start traveling again?
Is that one of your questions?
No.
I could tell you that. It can be soon.
No, I'll be honest. There's just people who have passed away that I would love. I'm more of I want to
Communicate with the people that have passed away.
Maybe
Like who?
just to see how people are doing.
Grandma?
I'd love to speak to my grandmother.
Like who? Is there someone that you're really dying to talk to?
I'm not dying to talk to anybody.
Because when you're dead, you can talk to them.
Die, then maybe they'll be there. No, this is getting dark.
No, I want to know who you're trying to talk to.
I'm not trying to talk to
celebrity?
anybody. No.
A family member?
No,
A friend?
yeah, just family.
And what would you ask this person?
How you doing?
Are you connect with someone in the afterlife, and your question to ask them is, how you doing?
I don't know.
How is purgatory? Is it are the flames hot?
Oh my God.
Are you in heaven? Do you get free pedicures?
I wonder. No.
That's so bizarre.
I do not sit there and dwell on anything.
Okay, there's clearly something you're not sharing or telling us because you're like, I want to go. And the best thing you've come back with is, I just want to
I
see
don't know
how they're
why
doing.
you're pressing this topic.
Because I want to know. Inquiring one, I would sit there and be like, look, bro, if there's any way you can tell me which stocks are going up this year, that'd be great. Give me a lotto number. I would do things that would benefit me in today's life.
I'm so curious.
There's not one question that from someone in my family or celebrity who's passed that I would be like, hey, I take that back.
Yes, that's
There
what
is
I'm
one
thinking
person
of.
in my life
That is exactly what I'm
that
thinking
I
of.
would like to understand.
Questions of the past. I'm curious about that. That's the one thing.
Okay, so are we talking about the same person?
Of course.
Okay, so it's my family.
Yes.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Yeah, and we probably wouldn't talk about it here on the show.
You would not stop pressing me.
Well, I mean, you could have let me in.
I
Because
didn't
until
want to.
I walked through it and was like, who would I talk to? I wasn't thinking you would talk to them. Like, oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway.
That's a plan.
So we got way off topic, but what we were talking
Give us a
about
sign.
is that Carl did say that he hasn't been that worked up, and people get frustrated and other people calm them down, and it's just.
And you know what? His ex actually, I thought was actually kind of sweet in terms of calming him down, and maybe it's just because she just felt like she had the power to do it. Did he make any comments about that?
So not only did he make comments to do that, he was like, she's been really good in the past of just like, you know, calming down fights in general on the show, like even before we were a couple. We're talking about Lindsay Hubbard and Carl Radke from Summer House, but the crazy thing is that in the last couple of, literally like the last week, Lindsay and Carl have been on almost the same kind of press tour, like same commitments. So they've spent a lot of time together. And he was like beaming from ear to ear. And he was like, you guys have spent a lot of time together. It seems like you've kind of rekindled. And he was like, we've been very good friends. Like we're very friendly. I feel like we've gotten back to a good point or whatever. But anyway.
That's good because Carl, here's the thing. Carl and Wes don't deserve the shit that they get by these women.
No, we don't need to talk about West. He's not associated with this. We need to talk about life in general. So we're getting off.
Let's talk about chocolate.
Oh my gosh. Well, so we went to the lake. This past weekend was Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
This year you didn't abandon me in the morning. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, she says abandoned because I went and saw my own mom on Mother's Day.
Okay.
Come on. Look, like.
You have such an opinion. You're like, it's Mother's Day. You're not my mother. And it's like,
look,
okay.
That's just the facts. Like, I have a mom that wants to be loved too.
Well, and you can absolutely love her. You were going to go down there that week and then you didn't end up going down there. And then I said to invite your mom on this Sunday.
If your dad was like, hey, Beck, are we getting together for Father's Day? And then I was like, you can't go see your dad because you got to spend Father's Day.
Well, hold on. You're making it sound like I've ever said you can't go see your mom. I have never said that.
This is, you can't go.
Oh my God, you're crazy.
What if I said that?
You wouldn't, just like I've never said it.
Okay, but what if after the fact I was like, I can't believe
it
you
was
left
a
me on
joke
Father's
from
Day
last year
and
where you went down on Mother's
G-Dog.
Day. It was my very first Mother's Day ever, and you were like gone for half the day.
First Mother's Day ever. But was I gone all day?
No.
Okay. And did I make it up to you?
But this Mother's Day, no, not really.
Oh.
You didn't even give me a card.
Yes, 100%. I would have given you a card.
Last year you didn't.
No.
We should rerun the podcast because there was a full blown discussion.
There's no way I would not have gotten you. Did Abigail give you a card?
Maybe.
Exactly. That's because I'm not your mom. You're not my mom.
You can't even say.
Why would I give you a card on Mother's Day? You're not my mom.
I'm the mother to your children.
So your kids can give you a card.
Okay, which is very nice, but you did give me a card this year, and that's exactly what a card should say from a husband.
I
don't know why you're arguing about this.
I did give you one because I thought to myself, you know what?
Her parents are here, and I want them to think highly of me.
Yeah.
Put it on the pedestal. No, we had a really good weekend. We went to the lake.
That's not true, but funny. But funny.
Yeah, I am funny.
And I did do it because I thought you can't read Abigail's chicken scratch. But no. Okay, I'm remembering now.
God.
Didn't she write on one side and I did a translation on the other side?
I don't know. I'll have to go look.
100%.
Okay,
so I did give you a card.
Okay, you're so stuck on this.
Translated.
You are fired up
from
today.
babies. Oh gosh, I am so fired up.
I know.
Today.
Just drop the top. We can't like move off of topics. You're not.
Okay.
We're not running smoothly.
Oh no, we're running smooth. We're firing on all cylinders right now. There's no sputtering.
We had a really good weekend at the lake, and my parents came for the weekend, and then your mom stopped by for a very short period of time, but it was good to see her.
Yeah, stop, drop, and roll.
I know. And it's funny because it was perfect timing, actually. Like, I don't think we could have planned better timing because the baby was up and not napping and whatever else. And she stopped by and I said, oh my God, I'm so glad that Abigail was awake and she was able to see her.
It reminds me of National Lampoons.
Well, my mom said to me after your mom had left, she goes, you know, Beck, she was like, we never used to call people if we were coming over. She's like, we always just like went to our aunts and uncles. It's like phones at one point didn't even exist. Like, not only did you used to call people, but you'd only have so many minutes. You'd call maybe once a day and be like, you'd call 3 days in advance and be like, we'll pop over on Sunday. And then it was like on Sunday, you just sat in your house and you were like,
waiting if they were going to come.
Wonder if they're still coming.
Well, it's funny because I said National Lampoons because I kind of looked out the window and I was like, it looks like my mom's truck.
You did.
I was like, I mean, we weren't expecting it. We didn't get any warning or anything like that. It was just there.
You did say she might stop by, so you had.
I didn't know if that was going to be Saturday or Sunday. What day did she show up? Saturday. That wasn't even Mother's Day.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It just was a show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I looked, I was like, that looks like her truck. And then like, sure shit, there it was her.
But I bet if I asked
Like
your
Cousin
mother,
Eddie.
she would be like, I literally told Chris what time I was coming, in what vehicle, and at what time. Because Bree
she
showed up
only
the
has
other
the
day
one
and was like,
vehicle.
by the way, I'm moving. And I was like, news to me. And she was like, Dad, I've told you all this.
She did the exact same thing that my mom did, was just she'd make a reference. It's like, hey, we might come by on Saturday.
She's going to be like, hey, might be moving. No,
Yeah,
that's not
like,
what she said
hey-
at all. She was like, yo, sign a lease.
No,
this is
literally
the day.
what she said.
She's going to screenshot this conversation.
No,
and
she
send it
totally
to you.
will. But the thing is, like, she literally sits there and she goes, hey,
I love how you're trying to recall a conversation
I am.
you can't
it's
remember.
like, hey, I think we're probably going to sign a lease. Or it was like, hey, we signed a lease. It was like something I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Like, who signs a lease just without even looking at something? Like, I
A
just
lot of
thought
people do
maybe
these
I
days.
reread
Real
it.
estate's changing. People buy houses sight unseen.
I did buy a house sight unseen. I mean, someone went and looked at it for me, and I had the inspection report.
A lot of these people, they do virtual tours. It's one of
My
those things
second
where it's like,
house.
what are you planning on doing with the house? I mean,
Matt
if it's
Wanzak actually is the one that walked
oh
that
my
house
gosh,
for me.
there was a friend the other day who was moving into a home, and the people, they came in for their final walkthrough,
And the people
day
hadn't even
before-
moved out.
They hadn't touched a thing.
I would be pissed.
They hadn't touched a thing. So they were going to put down some legal action. They had asked for an extension. They approved the extension. And so the day before they were supposed to close, with the extension already
In place.
in place, they hadn't touched a thing. And they were like, you need to get out of this home. Like,
Yeah.
otherwise, in 24 hours, all of your items become mine.
It's so weird. Like, I don't know if I've ever bought a home where I walked through the house and there was someone living in it, and then they moved out, and then I moved in,
I've either only ever had a new home
or
or
it was empty. Like
fact,
the
I've-
idea of seeing someone like how they lived, and then me, I would probably have to disinfect the shit out of it or something. Like, I just,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you just walk in there, you're like, oh,
Oh, you know for a fact. I have deep cleaners come to our place, and it was a brand new home before we even moved in.
yeah.
Because it was a show.
Because
home.
I've done new construction, and even all the houses were like empty and they were for sale.
Yeah.
And so I just saw a blank shell. Like, I didn't get to see how the other person lived.
I've never
Yeah.
moved into a home. In fact, every home I've ever gone and looked at where someone's currently living and their furniture and stuff is in it, I walk in and out and I'm like, ugh, not for me.
I'm thinking there might have been one house that I can think of.
I don't know.
Because I remember when they moved out and I ripped out all the floors and
But
stuff.
you brought up chocolate. We never circled back, but we were talking about Mother's Day weekend. We played
Yeah, had a
Jumbo.
great Mother's Day.
We had Jumbo Sequence that we busted out one of the nights.
Yeah.
And
then you proceeded to give away all of my ice cream bars.
well, we're very into ice cream bars at the lake because it's summer and ice cream is a great treat.
It is a
And
great treat.
I can't have wine right now, so I seem to be having a lot of
Well,
ice cream.
what's crazy is that I oh, by the way, and I'm glad that you mentioned this because I'm going to send a picture in the family chat. And everyone, when they listen to this, they'll have already gotten the picture, but I'm basically sending the picture of the trash this morning because I go into the trash can and basically every bag of chips that we own, which are still good, it's like, who gives you the right?
Did you throw them away?
You threw them all away.
But did you keep them in there?
Yeah, I didn't touch them. They'd already been in the trash. You have like this super, it's not a superpower. It's like some type of government issued authority that you believe that you have to just throw our stuff away. Like we have
Food.
bags of chips, bags of stuff, things
Okay,
that are
first of
clearly
all,
sealed.
the reason we have
I'm looking
bags-
going, now there's one of the bags of chips. I was like, you know what? None of us really liked that bag. So I'm okay with that being gone.
Okay.
But you threw away a half a bags of
Wavy Lays.
Wavy Lays.
Okay, which
are
are
our
my favorite. Okay. But I opened the bag, okay, and it had a smell. And the thing is,
A smell of awesomeness.
no, the thing is that they were on the beach at the lake. And I think when you have a bag open like that in this heat of the sun, they kind of get humidity and then they dry and then they smell stale. And
Okay.
they're not as salty.
Okay, again, but there was no validation. There went to no judicial hearing on whether or not this smell actually existed because you smell things that don't exist.
Well, the cleaners were coming today, and so I thought we need to clean the house to prepare for
They
the
were in
cleaners.
the pantry. The pantry, the cleaners don't go in the pantry.
They might. We don't know.
Then you threw away my thing of Pringles.
Okay, but you said, okay, so those actually, I'm 100% honest when I say this. I left them in the pantry and threw away the other bags originally. And I was like, those are his. Then I remembered you saying, I bought these for you because they were the cheddar and sour cream. But I don't like the Pringles. I like the Ruffles. And so I was like,
So
he
I
doesn't
ate
even
them.
like these.
No. I didn't say I didn't like them. I said I bought them for you. So
Well,
that
it's been
the
weeks.
Pringles were buy one,
Look,
get one.
Potato chips
I
need to
got
be
one
open
I like,
and
one
eaten.
that aligned
Okay,
with the kind
and
that
they
you
weren't.
eat.
And I thought, who do we have coming to the lake this weekend? Our friends. Am I going to give them any of these bags of chips? No. Do we eat them at home? No. It's a sandwich side, okay? While you eat it on the beach. And we bought too many that were on BOGO.
Okay. No,
They had to go.
you can't do this. And two,
You can't do
when you do not bring a bag of chips down to the lake, okay? You get a bowl, you dump however many
That
chips
should
you
have
can get it
happened.
on, and you bring a bowl of
That
chips
should
down.
have happened.
Because then it just
didn't.
sits there.
Okay.
And anyways, I'm going to send everyone the picture.
Did you take the picture?
Oh, no, I took the picture. You want to see the picture?
Oh, I know exactly what it looked like. I knew you were going to have a cow when you saw it this morning,
It's
too.
not even.
I wait for him
It's
to go.
not even. And I'm going to send this to Maria so that everyone else can see the chips. Like you just decide.
They're gonna sit there and go,
So
who
I
the
literally
fuck has that many chips in their
like,
house? We don't
you
normally have
snack,
that many
and then
chips.
I go to bed at night and I wake up and there's bowls in the sink, spoons in the sink, chip bags. It's like you go on a snackathon.
I'm pregnant.
You go on a pregnancy snackathon.
Well, I used
late
to.
at night.
If you ever went to bed in the past, I used to pour myself another glass of wine. I'd be like, honey, don't you really want to go get some sleep? So I didn't have to hear you be like, do you really need that other glass? And now you go to bed and I'm like, ice cream.
I know Angie threw away my ice cream not too long ago too.
That shit was
You
expired.
are not allowed. No one is allowed to throw their spouse's stuff away.
Stop buying things that you're not going to eat.
I don't gorge myself.
And you BOGO.
That ice cream is a snack.
No, it wasn't
Over
a snack.
time.
No. So all of this because we had chocolate ice cream this weekend at the lake, and Tillamook were very disappointed.
Tillamook like discontinued their
Ice cream
sandwich
sandwiches,
line,
which is
they were the best.
devastating.
Because they had like
so
a chocolate
thin.
layer on their cookie crust. You know
It's
what I'm
not
talking
even
about?
a cookie crust.
Maria's
It's
like,
a wafer.
oh,
Do you know
gosh.
what we're talking about?
They're the best.
discontinued.
Yeah,
Oh my
they
God, it's so
stopped.
upsetting. So they introduced all these new flavors, and now the ice cream sandwiches are gone. And I thought, oh, it's just the store by the lake.
No, I Googled it.
You Googled it. You Googled it because I Googled it because I went into our store back home that always has them, and they were gone there too. And I was like, well, this is a catastrophe.
No, seriously.
Then
Like I feel like
Jenny's-
we should literally launch like a petition
exact
to
one.
bring back the Tillamook.
But
ice cream
Jenny's
sandwiches.
just introduced ice cream sandwiches because they were like, I'm getting on this train. Well, they suck. Sorry, Jenny's. They're
Yeah,
not very
no,
good. So anyway, I've been
And
buying.
you got some shitty
There's been
Oreo
some-
cookie one, which was horrendous.
There's been
it's like fake ice cream.
Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about. But there's been
The ones that we ate on the beach, the big vanilla ones with the M
they
and
weren't
M's.
Oreo cookies. Yeah, the M&M.
Yeah,
ice
they
cream
were
sandwich.
horrible.
They were horrible.
They were like sticking to your hands.
People like those.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Well, we don't like those people.
Look, right now, the world is thinking, how much ice cream and chips do these people eat? The answer is not that much.
And by world, we mean 10 people.
Yeah. But anyway, so we had gotten Ben and Jerry's BOGO and then Haagen-Dazs BOGO. The BOGOs will get you, man, at Publix. But we brought ice cream over for my parents to have while we were playing Jumbo Sequence.
Yeah.
And then it became a sequence
Of chocolate.
of chocolate events.
Well, what's interesting is like everyone's just sitting there eating ice cream sandwiches, and then somehow, I'm not even
My
joking.
mom stood up for something, and
stood up.
I'm the one who saw. I was like, "Holy
It's like,
shit!"
There's like 7 chocolate stains on your shirt. Like, did you just get attacked by a chocolate gremlin, or like?
Like if you
I
dropped,
don't even know how that's possible.
like if you dropped one piece, like maybe it would fall in like max 3 places. I mean, no joke.
No.
She's in a light
This
yellow
is like
shirt.
the magic bullet theory from JFK. It's like, yeah, there's one bullet, but it kind of went in here, out there, over here, went through this guy's shoulder, out his hand. It's like, how does a bullet do that?
She's sitting
It's like,
there.
how does chocolate hit you in 7 places?
She stands up
and then it's on the table. Then it's on the playing cards. Then it's on the chips.
When
and then
I tell you, every time
it was like 15 minutes.
She stood up to clean herself off. She came back with more chocolate in another place on another item, and it was just like, where is it coming from? At this point, the ice cream was long gone. So
yeah, we were all.
And I think we discovered it was on the table that kept rubbing everything she kept touching. And anyway, it was a mess.
It was it was one of those funny.
We were laughing,
moments
but
that
it was
we
a
could laugh
very
about.
good Mother's Day. And then on Mother's Day morning, you made me, the one thing I asked for was a pancake that I saw on a
Cooked
video.
in a bowl or a pan.
They're like these
pot.
thick, perfectly round pancakes. And essentially, you put it in a small pot with lots of butter and oil. And then you take the pot and flip it into a frying pan.
Yeah.
So it's like perfectly shaped. And I will say the one that I had was phenomenal.
But here's the thing: is like I don't think we necessarily need to use a pot
No.
next time. We could just use the small little skillet to get around.
I thought about that, but then it goes on the edges versus it being thick and
Like a
straight
top.
up and down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I did another one. It was a fiasco. It tasted like garbage, but anyways, that's a whole other story.
It worked out for me, but it was good. And then we should talk about business instead of other personal things. I'm going to toss this over to you because that's
You know what? We're getting ready to do a lot of things. One is I got inspired by we made a bunch of gift baskets for one of our clients for their trade shows, which inspired.
That's cute.
I helped. I set some tables up.
You did.
And I transported goods back and forth.
But yes, we're going to do something for home inspections.
Yeah, so I was thinking we could do something for home inspections and start doing that.
Me and
Our
Robin
biggest
just
strategy-
finalized the spreadsheet this morning of all the items.
Oh, good. I can't wait to see it and approve it and stuff and try not to spend too much money. But I'm going to be giving away
We
these-
only doubled the budget.
You did? For real?
Just about.
Are you being for real?
The budget was small.
That's all we got.
I'll show you.
Okay. But you know what? One of the things right now, we have a project that's doing phenomenal, but the one thing that we need to improve on is actually getting the consumer piece. Like we've built out, we've did the software piece. We've got all these other pieces. We have the inspectors. Now we need to actually sell more inspections via the platform. And it's really kind of consuming my life in terms of we have to figure this out and get better and better and better. And we're implementing things every day. We pushed new code today, which is amazing. But the big thing that is also like people, you can never underestimate the value of just dropping off goods to other offices and being like, hey, remember us? Like we do that for Stay Cool with donuts and be like, hey, remember us? Blue Frosting Donuts. So for home inspections, it's like, hey, let's get these baskets. Let's get them in the hands of real estate offices, brokerages, mortgage companies, insurance people, and start promoting the fact that home inspections is
Well, and you're
right here and
handing out
available.
swag look, some swag sucks, right? Like you get items
I
and
feel
you're like,
all
thanks.
swag. You know what the most valuable
No.
swag is
What?
in my mind? Prove me wrong. Pens.
Maybe.
Because everyone doesn't care what the pen says. They'll use it.
Right.
It ends up in your house, in your drawer.
It
It has the
depends.
longest shelf life is pens.
As someone who has worked in marketing for years, there have been some items that I'm like, this is a great item.
Name the one. Tell our people what the best one is.
Well, like if you're doing like custom Stanleys, or if like just recently we got mobile cordless circle iPhone chargers, like just like a disc you can put on your desk and you can put your phone on top of it to charge, and it doesn't
that's
matter
pretty cool.
what the cord is or whatever.
Oh, they make those?
Yeah, there is no cord. You just literally charge it like you would like an iPhone.
Is that in our home inspection box?
No, that's very expensive.
Oh, shit.
But there's
How much are those?
I'll have to look.
Okay. I like that idea.
But there are certain things where it's like you have to think of what I've found over the years is that yes, if you're just trying to get your name out there and have something fun, then like do the cheap, go cheap, get your logo on it or whatever. It's going to be thrown away.
Pens.
You know it. But if it's something that you want people to use, so if you don't mind me sharing the motto, one of the messages that Robin put together for these home inspection baskets was "We've got your back."
Yeah.
So
we have a back scratcher.
Yes.
Nice. That's
And we have a one strap backpack that we're gonna embroidery over at.
How much is this backpack?
Well, we found a really good cost for a small backpack, but it's themed and it's something that people might actually really use.
Backpacks are not that bad, and that's where
It's not a backpack; it's a one shoulder sling.
So basically,
sling.
it's a fanny pack.
No, it's not a fanny pack.
Right, because they've renamed the fanny
They're
pack
very
to a
popular
backpack.
these days. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like people go hiking and stuff with them.
It's a backpack. It's a fanny pack that's been elongated on the ends and basically trick you into thinking that it's more manly now.
It's a man bag.
It's a man bag versus a fanny pack.
Anyway,
You rock the fanny packs though, by the way.
oh, I'm in my
And I
fanny
love
pack
it.
era.
You are in fanny pack mom era.
I am. I am.
It's.
What's interesting? What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, whatever negative connotation I had about it, when I see you with the fanny pack, I'm like, wow, she's got a fanny pack. It's cool. It's kind of cool.
I was just going to say it's funny because most women, and maybe I'm stereotyping here, when they become a mom, they go. So I've always had like nice enough purses. I mean, I'm not like a Louis Vuitton girl like walking around, but I have.
You got a Louis.
I've got nice bags.
You got a Louis.
Yeah. And so anyway, what I was going to say is that like I always had a purse on me. My sister was always the one that was like shoved a credit card in her pocket, like never in a phone. But now I only ever walk because I'm walking so much and I need my hands to like lift the stroller and do different things.
But I think the first fanny pack that you got was when we went to Disney. And
I think so, yeah. But it was only for Disney. I had it and it went back in the closet. It was like I wear it on the
like
weekend.
Your Disney
and,
fanny.
Yeah, because you're walking all day and you don't want a backpack and you want to carry things. And so anyway, I think most moms, like they get the diaper bag and they have a million things and they carry the snacks and they have all these like items that they're bringing around with them. So instead of like just a fanny pack, they end up bringing 100 things with them. And I've gone the complete opposite direction. I've even gotten rid of my own purse and I'm like, here's a fanny pack. I used to put a diaper in it, but not anymore.
Right, because we have a little teeny little purse, like a little Louis with a diaper and a couple wipes in it.
It's a Prada.
And even like the big thing, like we just bought a little lunchbox and we put like the basics in a lunchbox. It's like a fraction of the size. Like I have a rule in life, which is like, look, I am not carrying shit for you. If we travel, if we go on a walk,
you say that,
anywhere,
but you
I ain't carrying anything for you.
You help Babs all the time.
Okay.
She can't help herself yet.
Can't help herself right now. But the moment she can say 10 words in a sentence, I ain't carrying anything for you. You bring it.
She's
you
getting close.
I know. You're carrying it. Don't ask me again.
Oh my gosh. You wanted to talk a bit about mergers and acquisitions. We already talked about
Well,
this.
you know what? We're very much in this point where we want to we've been building for years, and now it's time. We can be our own operators as a company, and we are operators. But at the same time, like, I don't know if we necessarily want to build huge operational companies. And I think it makes sense for us as builders to find a partner and to create this stream where we deliver products to other people. One, it helps us for hire. So when people hire us, they're like, hey, this company builds product for people. We might build it on our own. We might take all the risk, but we've taken the risk on multiple products. And we're in negotiations and discussions with people about, hey, like, does this product make sense for your company to take this on? And we can actually maybe start cashing out a little bit and actually, put some larger money back into the public products kitty because, I'm tired of being poor. What can I say? We
need a psychic to tell us
I
when
sit
it will
there
happen.
and I go, I sit there like, well, when's the right time? Because what happens is that because we continually build and make things better, everything continues to grow in value. And I think a lot of people have this thing in their life. Like they're building their company up. It's like, well, when's the right time, right? And you can keep doing this lifestyle business you have, or you can keep building this corporate company that you have. You can keep building this SaaS software. But at some point, you got to cash out, right? Because unless you can bridge the capital gap on your own, and the capital gap is where your company's running, but to get to the next level, you need a substantial chunk of money. That could be hiring people, equipment, sales, marketing, but you need some amount of money to bridge that gap. And I don't know if I just want to keep funding the capital gap, you know? And I feel like
Me
having
either.
yeah, I know. And I feel like having a young child and even just where I allocate my time and everything else, I'm at this point where I'm like, you know what? Like if it was just me, right? You always tease me. You're like, if it was just you, you know, what would you? I was like, really? I'd be a workaholic. Like, and I would just pour my life into it. But that is not my life. So I
Yeah,
actually
but
want to
you're
enjoy.
still a workaholic and you still pour your life into it. That's the point.
No, but there's like a whole nother level.
Oh no, I know.
Like I'm at the level of like,
You have family and work and you balance the two. I will say that.
Yeah.
I agree. You
but
would just
like
be 100%.
there's
Yeah.
So imagine all the time that I spend with family, and that's just work.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like Elon Musk at that point. It's just like, yeah, I know I have kids and a family somewhere, but I just work. Like that's
Well, we
him.
can't say that about him. We don't know that. Maybe he's a great dad.
I'm sure he is, but I'm telling you, it's a very well documented how much the guy works.
Okay.
So, but at any point, I think that if we can create some margin in our life, right?
It is crazy.
nice.
You want to get new resources on. And speaking of which, I know we're getting short on time here, but it is so insane to me. And we've talked about the candidates during the interview process, and we've talked about, people who come in office and work here. And one of our clients, is hiring team members right now, and they've continued to be remote over the course of time. And it's like the work ethic that used to exist is non-existent. And the ability to train a remote employee on
No.
a business is so difficult.
There's no
you sit there and
accountability.
go, well, and also you sit there and go, okay, how are they filling their time? Think about a new hire that came physically into the office and how hard it was to fill someone's days if they weren't literally sitting through training with HR or a training group on sales or
Right.
learning about the product or sitting in with execs. Like you would have to fill their day. You'd put a schedule together. You'd be like at 2:00 you're doing lunch with the president. At this time you're doing whatever. And you're like filling their day with information. And here's the culture of our company. Here's whatever. And then, it's coming over to you. You're going to learn about sales. You're going to learn about this. Now it's just like, here's a couple tasks you have. And you're like, wait a second. I was so busy today that like I filled my 8 hours and I gave them something that might have taken them 30 minutes. So what do they do the rest of the day? Like
Seriously.
And it's
You're
just,
screwed as a young person because if you're only getting remote jobs, you're not learning the skills that you need to learn.
no, it's crazy.
There's interpersonal skills. There's the corporate world of being able to interface with people. The people who aren't getting FaceTime, they are just not going to be successful.
we had
they
a
can be the
meeting-
smartest people. They're just not going to be successful.
We literally had a meeting scheduled the other day, and this person who had just started for the company, who probably only had one meeting scheduled the entire week, was not on the call. And it was like, hey, where are you? We're all waiting on this call for you. And it was like, oh, I didn't know I had the call, or it wasn't on my calendar. And it's like, okay, you can't even manage a calendar or calendar invite.
No.
And then it was like, well, I just left on my break, so I can come back right now.
What the
and
fuck's a break?
what the fuck's a break? When you're working remote, and look, don't get me wrong, are there days you need to run out? Sure. But that's when you like say to your team, like, hey, I'm physically
You
leaving
literally
my house.
message everyone. You say, hey, I'm going
I'm
on
running
a break.
to UPS.
Hey, I'm running out. I'm going to grab a sandwich.
Because
Hey,
otherwise, it's like insane. It's an
you're
insane
like on
thought
break all
process.
day. Like you're watching TV and just sitting there going, this is so cool. I'm getting paid all this money.
No, you're
and
like,
I'm just
oh,
kind of hanging out.
sorry, I was feeding
I
my
gotta,
cat.
I gotta fill out a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but there's other people doing
Your
it
message
too.
pings and you're like halfway through your load of laundry, folding it, and you run upstairs and move your mouth. It's like, come on, working
We
remote.
do
is-
need better. I don't know if you know this, but when we got a new shipping and receiving team member over at BC.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't set him up email. Didn't set him up in
Oh,
Slack.
onboarding, yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking, golly, we went through a point
By
where we
the way,
kind of had onboarding
barely
going.
even set him up in Gusto because I wasn't informed it was happening.
Oh, did he get paid?
Yes.
Okay, good. It's been a couple weeks.
But I need to be the person that knows, and then
Hey, I get it. I know. Trust
Anyway.
me. But we're at the point where if you're in a company, you're not hiring like nonstop.
it's
or
not
you're in
like
growth,
second nature.
It's not second nature. You
I
have
would
to
sit
kind
here
of
and say we don't have
rethink about
HR.
it.
We can't really count me. I'm useless.
Yeah,
right now.
and we have a system that does a lot of the work for us.
Yeah.
Which is great in some regards, and in other regards, I'm kind of like it's pain.
No, I love
They charge us a lot of money.
Gusto is amazing.
Like
We can't get
$500 some dollars a
yeah,
month now.
certainly can't get rid of Gusto. I mean,
mean,
we could
I-
replace it with something else, but
No, like I think he does a good enough job.
yeah, trust me, we cannot get rid of Gusto right now. Many
That's
other
hilarious.
tools that we could vouch for, but
Yeah.
no.
But yeah, so basically we're in this kind of point here where a lot of the hard work that we've done over the last couple of years is all coming to fruition. And now we're just kind of making decisions as any company does. Like, and I actually saw this video that was really great. And this guy had a construction company and he's like, yeah, we're doing $11 million a year, which is easy to do in construction, by the way.
Don't belittle what someone else has done. That's incredible.
Oh, it's incredible. And they were talking about the margins. He's got like 18% margins. And he's like, but I also started an elevator company and we've already done $3 million and we have 30% margins. And the question is like, hey, should I spend the next year or two building up the construction company to sell it? And he's like, why would you do that? Like, I would sell it for whatever you could get for it today. And 100% concentrate on the 30% other business where you're making way more. And I look at that with like what we're doing. It's like, we have different projects going and then you sit there and you go, well, we're making $1 million, bucks here. Should we focus down here?
Right. Well, we've had the conversation many times where it's like a lot of people sit there and spend so much time, which time is the most valuable thing that you have as an individual, building up a company to make it worth more. But you sit there and go, what did you lose in the 5 years that you made the sacrifices or financial, struggles to get to the point where you could get more money in the end? But it's like, well, what did you give up in the meantime?
Well, and that's what's actually amazing. If you look at
and what's going to be the value of that money in 5 years from now?
So there's these great founder stories where these founders have worked for 10 years. And then by the time they diluted, by the time they did all risk, by the time they took on debt, by the time they got the same amount of money if they just would have sold when they were young.
Right.
And so I'm kind of taking that philosophy, which is like, hey,
because you're so young.
I am young.
It's time to sell now.
Time to sell now.
No, I'm kidding.
The idea is like, hey, let's build this stuff and sell. Let's have the fun part of creating things and find good operating partners to take it on and actually nurture and grow them. And then it keeps us in our sweet spot, which is building product. I mean, we're public products. Like that's what we do is build product.
That's what we do.
So
that's what we do. We said we were going to go shorter today, but we're already running over.
I know.
And before we end, I just want to say, speaking of like the generations and how people have changed, I went to deliver a package at UPS the other day, and there was this man, his name was Earl, and I had this heavy box that I took out of the back of the trunk, and I did have Abigail in the stroller, and it was so heavy that I couldn't put it on top of the stroller and I couldn't carry it with one hand, so I was going to slow roll.
Earl's in the hospital.
No. So this man came over and he said, ma'am, put that down. That's what he said to me. He was like, ma'am, put that down. And so I was like, oh, no. And he limped over. He must have been like 80. Limps over, picks up the box, and I'm like, oh my God, no. You do not have to pick that up for me. Please don't hurt yourself. Are you hurting yourself?
The box of hats?
Yeah.
It's pretty light, actually.
It wasn't that light. I put other stuff in it. I took out some hats and put other stuff in it. It was not light.
Okay.
You're the Incredible Hulk. Look, me and Earl did not find it that light, okay? And Earl, he got it inside for me.
Well, Earl got it inside.
And then the guy at the UPS shop who knows me so well, he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I would have ran outside. We're so busy. You know how he gets.
Oh, the owner.
He was like, thank you so much, Earl. Thank you for helping her.
That guy, in one hand, it's like he knows you, but you're always new.
No, I'm never new. He knows me.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he does.
What's always fun to me is when you go in there and you use the self scanner, and then he's like, "Thank you so much for using the self scanner," and I'm like, "Sure, bro." Like, I use it because I don't want to wait in line, But he's like,
well, look, Earl saved the day. What a gentleman! There was other men around that didn't offer to help Earl.
He used to teach that. You would walk to the county. He'd literally take it back. He goes, "Here, go. Let's go scan this in together."
Stop impersonating him like that.
Am I close?
Yeah.
Let's go do this. You know what? Have you ever used the self scanner?
But you know
Let's do it together.
Props to him, right? He taught his customers how to use a machine and tool that he brought into his shop where people could self-service themselves and not have to wait in line so they have a better experience in his store. What a great employee.
First of all, I like the guy. I have nothing against him. He loves Pepper, by the way.
He loves our baby, too.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. All right. We got to cut it. We got to go.
The man's coming for our family.
Sorry.
Okay, bye.
We'll see you later.